The distress beacon pulsed through the void with desperate urgency, its quantum-encrypted message carrying across 17 star systems in mere hours. Ambassador Zephyria of the Gentle Confluence had encoded it personally, her delicate crystalline fingers trembling as she input the coordinates for what she believed to be the nearest member of the Pacifist Alliance. She was wrong. Captain Marcus. Chen received the transmission aboard the UES Relentless, a human dreadnought patrolling the outer rim of Terran space. The ship's AI, voiced by a pleasant female synthetic, translated the alien script with clinical precision. Captain, incoming distress signal. Origin, Kepler 442b, approximately 12 light-years spinward. The message reads, Peaceful species requests immediate humanitarian assistance. Our colony world faces extinction from hostile raiders. We are a non-violent civilization and cannot defend ourselves. Please send aid urgently. We will share our advanced agricultural and medical technologies in gratitude. Chen studied the tactical display, noting the location fell just outside human territory but within their patrol range. His weathered face, scarred from the Proxima campaign, remained impassive. XO, what do we know about that system? Commander Sarah Walsh consulted her datapad. Kepler 442b Class M planet, registered as inhabited by a species called the Cathara. Intelligence reports describe them as highly advanced agriculturalists, completely pacifist. They've apparently never developed military technology. And the raiders? Unknown hostiles. The signal mentions they arrived 3 days ago and have been systematically destroying infrastructure. No demands, just pure aggression, Chen nodded grimly. Humanity had encountered such raiders before. Species that viewed pacifist civilizations as easy prey. Helm, set course for Kepler 442b maximum burn. Tactical, ready all weapons systems. Comms, send a response, help is coming. Hold on. 12 hours later, the Relentless dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the Cathara system. What Chen saw made his blood run cold. The planet's orbital installations were ablaze. Massive alien vessels, easily 3 times the size of his dreadnought, prowled around the world like predators circling wounded prey. These were Vrex Dominion ships recognizable by their jagged, spike-covered hulls designed to intimidate as much as destroy. Captain, reported Lieutenant Torres from sensors, I'm reading 15 heavy cruisers and 3 dreadnoughts. They're bombarding civilian population centers. Through the view screen, Chen watched as crimson energy beams lanced down from orbit, turning cities into glass. Each strike likely killed thousands of the gentle Cathara. Sir, Walsh said quietly, we're outnumbered 18-1. Those ships outclass us individually. Recommend we call for reinforcements. Chen's jaw tightened. How long for the nearest battle group to arrive? 72 hours minimum. On the main screen, another city died in nuclear fire. Chen thought of his daughter back on Earth, safe in her university dorm, studying xenobiology. She would have loved to meet the Cathara. From everything in the files, they were gardener poets, beings who saw beauty in every growing thing. Negative. We don't have 72 hours. Chen stood, his command presence filling the bridge. All hands, this is the captain. We are about to engage a superior force to protect innocent civilians. I won't lie to you, the odds are against us. But this is what separates us from the monsters out there. When faced with evil, we don't calculate odds. We fight, the crew responded with grim determination. These were humans who had crawled up from Earth's gravity well, survivors of a world that had tried to kill them for millennia. They understood violence not as cruelty, but as a tool to protect those who couldn't protect themselves. Tactical, target their command ship, load all forward tubes with quantum torpedoes. Engineering, divert all power to weapons and shields. The Relentless screamed toward the Vrex fleet at nearly 10% light speed. The alien ships, caught off guard by the sudden appearance of a single human vessel, scrambled to respond. Chen's ship struck like a meteor. Quantum torpedoes ripped through the Vrex flagship's shields, followed immediately by hyper-velocity railgun rounds that punched through armor plating like paper. The massive alien vessel broke apart in a chain of explosions. 2 cruisers breaking formation to intercept, called Torres. Then let's dance with them, Chen growled. What followed was 12 minutes of the most intense combat the sector had ever seen. The human ship moved like a thing possessed, exploiting every weakness in Vrex formations with tactical brilliance born of countless battles. Where the aliens expected the humans to flee from superior numbers, they instead found a predator that turned their size against them. The Relentless used hit-and-run tactics, diving through the enemy formation while raking ships with devastating fire, then using the planet's gravity well to slingshot around for another pass. Chen's crew operated their weapons with mechanical precision, each shot carefully calculated for maximum damage. When the human ship's shields finally collapsed under concentrated fire, Chen made a decision that would be studied in military academies for centuries. All power to engines. Ramming speed. The Relentless drove straight into the largest remaining Vrex dreadnought, its reinforced bow punching through the alien vessel's core. Both ships died in a miniature star, but Chen's sacrifice had done more than destroy two ships. It had broken the Vrex formation and shown the surviving raiders something they had never seen before. A species willing to die for strangers. The remaining Vrex ships fled. Hours later, Ambassador Zephyria stood among the ruins of her world's capital, her crystalline form reflecting the light of burning buildings. Before her stood 3 human officers who had survived the battle in escape pods. Bloodied, battered, but very much alive. I do not understand, she said in halting standard. Your species answers distress calls by dying for others? We sent that signal expecting merchants, perhaps peacekeepers. Instead, you sent warriors. Lieutenant Commander Walsh, now the ranking human survivor, looked out over the devastated city. Ma'am, where we come from, there's no difference between those things. Sometimes the most peaceful thing you can do is violence against those who would harm the innocent. Zephyria's translator struggled with human concepts of protective aggression, but she understood enough. These beings had traveled across the galaxy and died to protect people they had never met, asking nothing in return. You're Captain Chen, she whispered. Was he typical of your kind? Walsh smiled sadly, thinking of a man who had once carried wounded civilians through 3 miles of combat zone on Proxima 3, who had adopted war orphans from 6 different species, who had died ramming his ship into an enemy vessel to save people he'd never met. In the weeks that followed, as human relief ships arrived with medical supplies and defense platforms, the galaxy learned something new about the species from Sol III. They were indeed DEATHWORLDERS, apex predators from a planet that had forged them in fire and blood. But they were protectors, not conquerors. And that made all the difference.